Good evening, everyone. Anthony, Wall Street Trader, 5:38 p.m. Eastern Standard, April 26, 2021. Let's just go straight to this quick, disclaiming that this isn't financial advice. You should follow your own information and figure it out, and the videos for educational purposes, outlining my own personal opinions as well as my particular entry points. And sometimes I will go through what I expect or think about. But please do your own trading at your own caution. And please, if you don't really know much about this, it does help seek out some advice from a financial advisor. Anyway, so today was really blazing hot day. Not outside here in New York because it's kind of cold, but I'm talking about in the crypto market. Bitcoin still around 53,000. NuCypher around 44 as we are talking through this. You're probably going to get this in 10 minutes. So we're talking about a fairly aggressive hike up here to 45 and change, almost 46. We almost hit a high of 46, but we broke out of this channel. And as I've said, when you break out of a channel, it's typically an invalidation. We clearly invalidated this channel. This is not just a wick. This is a straight up, break of that trend line, which is good if you're a NuCypherino. I think that, we could see some short term price action on the upside. I think overall there's been some good entry points I was able to capture today. Once at 41 and change, and then another at the high 38s. I mean, it did go down at one point. We look over here on the hourly, you've got 37. It actually hit 37 around 11 o'clock today. And this was driven by, and I unfortunately got in later than that, but this was driven by one major thing that had happened, which was this NuCypher Bitcoin breakdown, right? This morning when we spoke, I talked about the fact that the trend line for NuCypher to Bitcoin was banging around this 750 line. However, if you look at the green line, which is the longer term trend line, this thing goes down to 7. And I know we've been talking about 720 was my theoretical, hypothetical. This thing actually broke that all within a flash moment, and then bounced all the way back up to here. Now the question is, what's going to happen? This channel is starting to narrow. We're not sure if this thing, sometimes it will invalidate this trend at some point. It's a wedge, or not, or may just continue to trek down here, up and down, all the way down. So we'll see about that. But right now, it's very bullish to Bitcoin. It's at 834, which is up here now. Let's see how this plays out. We go back to Bitcoin. I think it's interesting that we are now, we were at 54. We're now 53. We take a look at the shorter term view. This is interesting. I think, we might see some, if we could keep ourselves over this green line, that would be great. But I still feel that we are based on momentum indicators, which I'm not going to show you right now. I'll probably show it to you in a video later tonight when China opens. But what I'd like to just point out is that I still think that we're in for some downside longer term in Bitcoin. It could hit 100,000 at the end of the year, but between now and then we got a lot of time. And this thing, as you know, goes up and down pretty dramatically. Another point I just want to say is that the farther down, meaning as if Bitcoin drops dramatically, the rest of the crypto follows. I mean, I don't think I'm saying anything out of turn there. I think it's completely valid. I think in every time we've seen a tanking of Bitcoin, everything else follows. So if it goes up and rallies like it did overnight, yes, some of them start going up. But then what happens is when Bitcoin goes up and goes straight up and then starts selling off a little bit, all of a sudden you notice all the altcoins start going up. So when you're in a very bullish short-term cycle with Bitcoin and then it sells off just a little bit, a lot of these other altcoins start getting that money. So some of that money is like, all right, all these Bitcoiners who are heavily invested in Bitcoin, they capture all their gains for the moment. They'll take some off the table and they start chucking it into these altcoins. And that's what my theory is behind it. It's not, I'm not the first person that said it. I've heard it from a bunch of other people. And it does make sense. If you're a crypto investor, you're a crypto investor. You stay within the pond. I also do legacy markets too, but crypto is definitely a little more interesting because it's a 24/7 game, and at least it gives you something to do and play around with on the weekends and the evenings. Right now, it looks like NuCypher right now almost about to hit 45. And I have to say, it does look very bullish right now. Let's see how far this thing goes. Like I said this morning, I was going to dabble in it. I did. I didn't put it all in there. In terms of what my NuCypher allocation is, I didn't want to exhaust my NuCypher yet because I still think it could go down. Look, it just hit 45 cents right now. I have a little bit in it. If it comes down and I can pick up more, fantastic. Where would I pick up more? It kind of is dependent. There's always two things that drive this. It has to do with Bitcoin itself and the new Cipher Bitcoin pair as well. So if this thing starts dropping down dramatically, down near that green line again, and Bitcoin kind of stays stable or potentially moves up, it sounds like a good play, to be honest with you. But it's hard to say right now what the right entry point is because there's more than one variable. But I will fully keep you folks abreast of that later tonight. Anyway, that's all for now. NuCypher hitting 45.15. Yay. For those that are in it, if you've been in it for a while and you lost your, meaning your unrealized P&L is down. Look, I think this thing's got some more headroom. It's got some legs. We finally got our legs back. We got a few days, in my opinion, to see some more rally. And if it doesn't, and you have money on the sidelines, you can always add more to your position and dollar cost this thing down. I mean, that's the great aspect of trading is that if you have money on the side, you didn't put all your eggs in one basket. You have money on the side and you have a little bit in. It goes up, great, you win there. If it goes down, great, you add to it. But right now, as it stands at 45.30, I don't know that I personally am not going to be putting any more in right now. I'm going to see how this plays out. But anyway, hope you guys are safe and talk soon.